Alrighty. Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 2 p.m. here, January 25th, here in Chicago. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and today we're going to be starting things off this weekend with casting the Illinois Tech Division C team as they take on Bradley University HTH. Both sides right now are in pro draft, so as they're going through their picks and bans. I'm not going to go spectate that. We'll have a separate discussion on their picks and bans when we get to that phase. But it's been this weekend's pretty busy for the Hawks. We've got the Division C team game going on right here. In about an hour, we're going to be having the first week of games for the League of Legends Division 1 team as they start off the official Battle 5 Collegiate League of Legends tournament, the one that's officially sanctioned by Riot. So a lot of action going to be going on this weekend. I think new game from League of Legends as well. Riot Games made the Legends of Runeterra card game. I was at our school's arena yesterday and saw a couple of people trying out that open beta. So looking like it's going to be an exciting game. I'm definitely going to try to see if I can find some time this weekend to fit a few games myself. I think also our Smash team is going to be in the in Elmhurst this weekend, playing a collegiate crew battle and some singles tournaments. So all around, esports is keeping themselves busy. Um, I've gotten an invite to have their caster co-cast with me. All right, that's we'll see about that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it with the spectate. Could be risky. I'm just gonna say could be risky. Timing might be off. Does he have his own? I'll try for next game. I want to just. Yeah, the issue with co-casting with different schools is just because well, in general, just casting with people offline. Oh, excuse me, online. You can't really match their tempo. You don't really know if they want to come in and say something. So sometimes that dynamic is always a little bit off. But I've done it before. I'll definitely. I've never done it with an opposing school actually. It's always been two, three members of the same, like from IIT casting together. But I digress. I think I was just rounding out some closing statements about our uh, how our teams are keeping themselves busy this weekend. But uh, in other news, I guess with Illinois Tech Esports, we had a meeting yesterday with some other departments from our campus, including admissions and marketing communications. So a lot of discussion towards esports scholarships. So won't give any big reveals yet, but just for those watching, that if you've got high school prospects, be sure to have them keep on the lookout if they're looking for any esport opportunities with IIT. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Looking like both sides are hitting the R's. Looking like they're about ready to get into the pick ban phase. So the looking like they are saying set is banned and competitive. That is true. I'm hoping IIT realize that there are a couple champions that aren't allowed. I know for the Division 1 teams, they've been told that the Set, Syndra, and Lux are technically unavailable to be played. Syndra, Lux, I think, due to visual bugs. Um, but looking like they might have to go through might have to go do another pro draft, but let's see. Won't have too much to commentate on that. True, he was delayed. You are right. Alright, looking like they might have to do another redraft. But let's just take a quick look at the roster changes. It's looking like IIT is going to be starting off game one in the blue side. We're going to have J Mars 9 in the top lane, Cheese and Eggs in the jungle, Disperogi, mid lane, Pirate Windows, bot, and Wicked Scotty to finish it off as support. Looking like for Bradley, Firehawk FC in the top lane, Masuda Method no ranked games on his profile, but looking like he's going to be the jungle. Okarin, I'm just going to hazard a guess with that. That's going to be him in the mid lane. Brimako in the bottom, and Bondage in the support. So games will be a best of 3 for those that are new. And there haven't been anything. I think we are under a new patch this week. As a support main, I think the only thing I recognized was Lulu. Lulu got a nice buff with a 20% E cooldown. Getting sent to Pro Draft Link, but I'm just gonna pass that since I'm gonna have to talk about it anyway. In the gonna have to talk about it anyway within the pick ban phase, so don't want to waste my time on that. If anybody is watching in chat, be sure to let me know if you got any questions about these teams. If you have any questions about esports, just to pass the time. I think within this Division 3 team, they have been pretty active right now within their weekly games. So they've been playing since the fall, and last week we saw them take on the Columbia College Chicago Renegades JV and make a handy 2-0 with it. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel if you want to see all of the old VODs from all of our games. Right now, League of Legends is the only one that's really active, but the Overwatch TESPO League should be starting within February, so about a month until we get some more variety of other games with some competitive leagues going on. But League of Legends is always traditionally pretty early, just because of the with the extent of games that these guys have to go through. But one thing I'm remembering now off the top of my head is that in addition to these CSL games on Saturday, I was made aware from the captain Pirate that they're going to be participating in another league series starting, I think, in a couple weeks near the end of the month. I believe it's going to be partnering up with GG Leagues, and GG Leagues is a Midwest-based company here in Chicago that offers recreational leagues essentially to the community. So teams sign up, play through I think a 10-week series, and then it culminates in a live in-person finals hosted in one of the Chicago Esports campuses. So we played part in that in the spring. I think about 80 players come over. Everyone had a pretty good time, able to use our space pretty well, and keep everyone, happy and whatnot between games, since you have those delays that you're just like watching. So we had our recreational area, like a bunch of arcade machines and pool table, ping pong stuff there in the basement for players to waste some times in the between hours. But yeah, GG Leagues, that should be maybe a step up of competition for this team. I think at near the end of season 9, Division 3 was at a I'll say low gold average. I think gold 4-ish, silver 1, and some of these teams I think that they'll be playing in GG Leagues might be a step at that caliber, or maybe even a little bit higher, to give these guys a little bit more of a challenge. Maybe some plat players, perhaps. I think in CSL, most of these games have been a majority of these games that I've been casting for these guys have been, I would say, more in the lower silver, high bronze tier. So Illinois Tech, with these guys have been playing for a really long time together. They've are able to make some pretty handy stomps. Looking like the pick and ban is still going through. Once we get that phase started, and I'll put in some commentary, we'll have the 3-minute spectate delay break. So we'll go on a quick break, and then we'll have the game 1 get started. Anything else I can think of? No, not really. I think if that's the case, I'm just gonna jump into a break screen, so that way you guys don't have to just listen to empty silence, and then when we come back, I'll start talking about the pick ban phase for both teams. You know, I need to really stop jinxing myself when I say I'm going to do these things, because every time when I start it, I just end up shooting myself in the foot. Because we're in the pick ban phase. So, let's get ourselves started with it. It's going to be, again, IIT in the blue side. They're going to be starting off with the Zoe ban and a Xayah ban. Bradley looking like they're taking out the Mordekaiser there for J Mars and Kane for Cheese and Eggs. I know Cheese and Eggs is very fond of that champion, so uh, it's going to have to relegate Cheese and Eggs to be playing probably a much less aggro style champion like Kane is. And then to finish off the first phase of bans, it's going to be Zac there. So pretty spread priority there for IIT, taking out a mid laner, taking out bot, taking out a jungler, and then same there with the with Bradley taking out the Sivir as well. I think for Kane and Sivir, those are, I guess, the one tricks, the preferences that the teams has. Oh right, I forgot to put on the music. I've been told multiple times by my peers that I'm supposed to put side music when pick and ban phase goes on. You happy now, Amir? You happy, Casey? Yeah, this one's for you, buddy. Let's see. It's gonna be first round of picks here. Darius gonna be taken here for J Mars, and Echo locked in here for Cheese and Eggs. Born gonna be taken here for Bradley, and Olaf there for the jungle. This Brogy gonna finish it off with his Rise, and we've seen this Rise performance multiple times here for IIT. You know, one of those steady state champions where, you know, if you ignore him too long, when it gets to that late game, it's going to be nasty. But a new pick here for Bradley, though. I have not seen a lot of Deku games here actually for this Division 3 kind of team. So IIT's never made Deku bans before, so this will definitely be a new dynamic to see across these games. Hopefully IIT will have the answer to that. It's going to be second round of bans here. It's going to be Morgana taken out here, so another first support here banned actually for IIT that they don't want to be dealing with. So Black Shield's always going to be annoying. CC chains that could be with like an Echo stun from a gank or whoever they picked as their support. And another support there for IIT is actually with the Nautilus. So trying to avoid the hook level 2 is always going to be a big deal in terms of a early level power spike. But let's see, it's going to actually be a Caitlyn taken here for Brunako, and I actually forgot to mention 2 other supports taken out from the game there from Bradley with the Brand, with the Senna. And to finish it off, it's going to be Caitlyn and Taric there for Bradley. Caitlyn, a big signature champion there for Pirate Windows. We've seen him use that range advantage to the advantage of his team. And Taric, you know, I've mentioned it multiple times about how he's so broken right now in terms of just all of this engage heavy, but with like that built-in passive, the constant like double taps with his auto, it's actually surprisingly deceptive. It's going to actually though be Lulu also locked in for Wicked Skydian, and I did mention earlier that Lulu buff happening this week with the E cooldown, with a little bit of roundup in her damage, is actually really fun to have. Unfortunately, with that comp that Bradley's got, with that Olaf, to be able to deny kind of that CC from Lulu's ult or her polymorph, that could be trouble for the Hawks, as that Kog'Maw comp is going to have him stay still and pump out the damage, but Bradley might have the tools to be able to get past that. It's all going to be definitely reliant on the disengage and engage potential. So we're hitting ourselves now with the 3-minute spectate delay. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, it's going to be game 1 between IIT and Bradley. Looking forward for a good match. Alrighty, we're gonna get ourselves into the game again. Week 9 here, as we have the Hawks here on the blue side taking on Bradley League of Legends. Once again, it's going to be J Mars on that Darius, Cheese and Eggs on the Echo, Disperogi on the Rise, Pirate Windows on the Kog'Maw, and Wicked Scotty with that Lulu. Um, Firehawk FC here for Bradley on the Orin, Masuda, Method, Brolaf, O'Karen with the Nico, Brimako on the Caitlyn, and Bondage on that Tarek. Quick check on the summoner spells. Darius going to be going with the Ghost, and as we have noted multiple times, he is confident in that 1v1. He's confident to take IIT early with that game lead in the top lane, so Orn going for a much more different approach, trying to be that team player with the TP, double TP in fact, with the Nico. Um, Ignite there for Tarek, Ignite there for Lulu, pretty standard here for the bot lane. I'm going to be most excited to see. I don't think either side is going to be looking to go for the all-in unless that Tarek's going to pull off some nutty plays, but IIT instantly already sending out pings to go for a initial invade as they go in that single file line. Bradley, though, taking themselves a little bit slowly here through the blue jungle as IIT blitzes their way right through it. No members there for them to catch. Echo is going to be walking right up into Tarek. It's going to have a nice stun there. The E there from the Tarek going to stop him. The stun will fall through. J-Mars wants to put the damage. A little bit of resolve damage to hold things out. It's going to be a heal from Caitlyn. Any more follow-up? Wicked Scotty there in the back. Only the heal, I believe, being pulled out here with the Caitlyn. So IIT is going to back right off that. Minute left, about 20 seconds left until the 20 seconds left until these guys until these first camp spawn back. So a little bit of a hello goodbye between both sides, but no first bloods yet. Actually, I forgot to bring out my screen to actually have my user interface work correctly. No pots popped either for the Tarek, so he's gonna walk back to lane just fine. He's gonna be a little bit delayed in helping out for that early clear, but the two wards there from IIT is gonna be having them know that they're gonna get an early start here with this blue buff. Olaf gonna make short work of it. Echo only having his W to help him through the through that red clear is gonna definitely have things slow down just a bit. He's gonna look like he's going to go for the Raptors while Olaf goes for the Gromp. Bot lane going to finally meet each other. Caitlyn going to be able to start things off by getting all the 3 minions in a straight line Q shot. And J-Mar is already starting off the engage a little bit, looking like he wants to go for a 1v1. Using the Ghost already, spooking that Ornn a little bit. Oh my lord, J-Mars, you animal. He goes in, first blood, no fear. Forcing out the TP already from the Ornn at 2 minutes in. Alrighty. Exciting stuff here already for the Hawks as they get themselves on the map early. Echo's going to be taking his time pretty slowly, looking like he already spotted out the Nico as he makes a ping for the blue buff, but it's going to be slow work here for the Echo. Is again, the W does not help things along, but with a blue jungle clear here for Olaf, he's going to be coming around for the back gank. Summoners are available here for the Hawks. Wicked Scotty is looking low here, might be having to risk a flash here. Nice dodge there from the Kog'Maw, going to be able to get the Lulu out as well as she does, as Tarek initiated the stun early with his set sight on the Kog'Maw. If he held it, he might have been able to get the Lulu, but nice tri-bush ward there now to be able to spot when Olaf tries to do that once again. A little bit of poke there from Lulu. She's going to pop her pot, so is Kog'Maw, so no biscuits for the Lulu. It doesn't look like it. Or maybe she already used it, but already a little bit of skirmishes happening all throughout here. It's going to be a nice wave there pushing here for IIT as they're going to be able to hopefully set the wave in a nice place for a potential gank. Level 3 here, advantage there for Bradley as they are making their way through it. Echo's going to be coming around here with the cheese and eggs, not going to be able to looking like to secure any real damage, just a little bit of harass, but Nico's going to be holding on to her flash, not enough to do any real damage. Olaf now finally able to take out the red buff, but Echo's already secured a little bit of vision there with the small scuttle. He's gonna go for the bot side scuttle as well. Ward should be able to catch that Echo right there. So again, this Pierogi though, oh no, we're gonna be seeing him fall right here to a 1v1 against Nico. Let's see how it goes through. Lands the stun. That damage is just all throughout. He moves forward, in fact, forcing out the flash though. Not sure about the moving forward. Could have been maybe some. I don't think he had any minions to block him either. That's unfortunate though, for sure. Wicked Scotty trying to poke whatever harass that he can onto the Lulu, but again with Taric, it's the real engage comes after Taric misses his E. If you're at a good space where you don't just get landed 15 autos at once, you're in a good spot. Jmars doing a nice little bit of handiwork as he dodges that Ornn damage, forcing the flash out from the Ornn. Darius looking for the kill. He's got nothing more to offer though. A couple pings coming out as they're going to know that Nico is inside the bush. Disbroken looking like he wants to maybe go for something. He's going to be able to land a little bit of damage here onto the Nico. The slowest dare. The stun not going to be coming through, but the Hawks are hungry for that kill. Disparoki is quick to reply from that 1v1, taking a kill of his own now. And we'll have some minions to boot to help him in the laning phase. Echo Cheese and Egg's going to be hovering right here on the bot side, but Wave is already pushing up here for the Hawks. We're not going to be seeing any more action here, unfortunately. Cheese and Egg's throwing out a Q there. Not going to land on Bradley. They're going to go right back into... He's going to go right back to his Krugs. But Olaf, having finished a Gromp, this will be his first back. Going to come back with a probably... Looking like he's going to go for the Cinderhulk build, just as is tradition. But Hawks going to be in a slight CS deficit, it looks like, with Caitlyn going to be probably 5, maybe 6 CS ahead after that wave. Level 6 now hit by Darius, though. Having the level advantage above that Ornn is going to have him be able to commit to an all-in once again. He's going to have that Ghost, I think, available as well. No flash, no TP for the Ornn with a big, juicy wave like that. It's going to hurt a lot if he dies. Any more damage that we're going to be seeing from Jmars, keeping our eyes on him. We already talked about it earlier that he always is the steady rock for the Hawks in terms of getting them ahead. I'm going to try to see what he can do to stop any kind of damage. He's going to take a decent amount of cannon shots, but again, that turret range with the bleed from Darius is not fun to deal with if you're going to be taking too many free shots. Hawks getting to read on this as they know that something is happening here. Wicked Scotty trying to do what he can. This Pierogi wants to get himself into the fight. He's going to be right stuck between a rock and a hard place. But IIT wants to commit for this. The damage is going to fall on this Pierogi, but Kog'Maw is going to be held in a tight spot, trying to see what kind of they can do. Pyre Window's getting a lot of damage through, not going to actually go all the way in. This Pierogi will fall though in the meanwhile. The Bush not actually going to be able to shut him. They will look like they want to keep fighting though. Taric going all in with that flash engage. He's going to be able to get the stun. Well played from Bradley. Cheese and Eggs unfortunately not able to collapse in time for this. And he's going to be caught right in between Caitlyn if he keeps moving up though. The pathing unfortunately is going to have him just continually be delayed as he's going to have to fight his way through this. No level 6 either is going to have him be finally taken away from Okarin. And I think 4 kills actually. Right, putting Bradley right back on the board there with now finally taking a little bit of a gold lead as well. First turret plate here will drop though for Bradley. Jmars also has been able to take a turret plating of his own as this wave here is pushing up from Ornn. You know, definitely MVP play there from the bandage with the with that E stun. That's relying on a lot of trust from your teammates. I don't know if he did that blind. I think there might have been a ward there earlier to spot them out. But Olaf, I know, taken very low there with some nice kiting from the Lulu, but don't think that they were expecting that Taric flash play for sure. That back and that, or I guess that death back is going to be getting Kog'Maw back here with the recurve bow. He's wanting to go for that attack speed, while Caitlyn's going to opt for the BF. Probably a Ginsu's build. Looking like another 1v1. Darius wants to go for that ghost. He's going to be trying to land as much damage as possible here. Firehawk is not going to have a flash. Jmar's continually landing multiple autos. One more is going to clean it up. Nice scythe to the face is going to be able to get Jmars with a 3-0 and a little bit of shutdown gold there, 350. Nico herself also touting there 4 kills there for her team there. Coming back with the Lost Chapter. Hextech, does this build something? Or is she trying to do Ludens and then something else? I don't know. In any case, all members, I believe, now finally level 6. Hold on, I need to move this chat box down a little bit so I can actually see what level this Lulu is. No, I take it back. Bot side is still not level 6 yet. This wave will be able to get them to level 6, but Olaf here in the meanwhile is here in the bot side. I think the Lulu saw the Olaf coming down, which is why she didn't want to stay alone in that tri-bush. But if they're going to looking to coordinate a dive, they've got some really big guts, because that'll be a Coppa under tower, stationary, pumping out damage. Could be trouble. But they're going to know that that Olaf is there, and that's going to have Cheese and Eggs reply a little bit kind of with his own, with a nice little invade. He's got just a Q to wave hello to the fans, and this Pierogi though going to be caught here as they get some nice damage there from Nico. A stun is going to land. They want to pump everything out. Nice flash there to avoid. Can they do anything more though? Masuda is going to try to do what he can. He's going to be able to get the kill onto the Olaf. That's going to help things out, and that's actually going to also help the Echo get some buffs of his own. Another 1v1 here. Jmars wants to engage. He's got a minion wave to help him, but Orin definitely needs to be trying to secure that wave on his own, just if he wants to have any hope of staying in the game with an almost 40 CS deficit now at the 10-minute mark. Olaf coming in with this back, actually finishing out the Stalker's Blade, so not looking like he's going for a tank option, just looking like he wants to have access to that back line, access to cut down that Kog'Maw. But if things get into late game in a 1v1 situation, Kog'Maw usually will win. So we'll have to see what the Hawks can do. In terms of objective control, Mountain Drake is going to be there for the Bradley, but Echo will be spotted by that ward downriver. And looking like he wants to reply to another invade of his own. So a nice little bit of gameplay there from Echo to just take away any advantages that the Olaf will be able to get in terms of XP. Retreat back to his own jungle. Going to be able to finally get the Gromp. He's actually going to be seen by the Olaf. He does have a plan to get him out. They are going to spot him. He's going to have the plan to get him out, but he's going to actually walk right into an Olaf. Not sure about that angle. They want to collapse where they can. Kog'Maw wants to reply back. No, the E-stun not going to land this time. Echo is coming back around. Any plays here from this? Chisenix is going to have to E himself out through this. And another 1v1. I think I heard the sound of the Nico ulting. That damage that this Broken is going to try to get through. The Q will be able to go through. Nice 1v1 play there from Spirogi. And bot side still hesitating. With Jmars coming down here to secure a Cloud Drake. Perhaps they want to go for a play here. Echo with no E available, no ult available to get him back. It's going to be Disbroken coming in. Bandage going to have his ult to stop a little bit of damage, but he wants to go for the fight. Stun is going to land on the Echo. Any more follow-up? Barely one more auto is going to be finished off by Bandage. Rimako shoved back to the turret and going for a 1-for-1 trade, as the Olaf was able to walk away from that. But this is going to give access for the Hawks to probably go for this Cloud Drake unless Nico wants to force. But I'm not sure if she's going to have the follow-up. The follow-up is going to come through the Nico TP, in fact. This Pierogi is going to go in here blind. He does actually, he does have a bush, but it's going that TP is going to be enough to stop the Hawks from going for this Cloud Drake. But it is going to be having an Ornn face check a Rift Herald with Jmars alone. But Nico using her TP, she's not going to have the time to get back to it. It's going to be Jmars able to secure this Herald for himself, putting the Ornn at 0-4, in fact, as he looks to be going for a Sunfire Cape. A little bit of damage there from Dispirogi. He's going to go for a back. Probably going to have another item ready to build. And just as Rise was backing, Darius is going to be getting the scuttle for himself, and probably going to be able to get a little bit more turret damage, but no more turret plating. As we have hit the 14-minute mark, turret plating will finally fall. But looking like J Mars wants to be going here for getting the first tower for his team, a wise decision. And that damage is going to finally come through. Does he want to secure any more of it to be able to get any more from the turret? But no, it's not going to be. Olaf is actually going to be topside, in fact, so not sure if they're going to have enough to secure the Drake. Wicked's got to try to do what he can to see what's happening inside the Drake. They know that nothing is happening through here. This should be Caitlyn coming back to lane, so going to give Lulu the knowledge to know that she can safely CS these wards. Getting a little bit gold for herself. 60 gold from 2 wards, another 30 there for the Rise. And let's just take a quick glance at that gold lead. Cockball doing a good job of keeping in pace with the CS lead, but looking like all 5 members are going here for the 5v5 fight. How's it going to be starting things off? Cheese and Egg is going to be avoiding the Taric E stun by trying to ult away. He wants to be trying to land the damage. The Nico is going to be coming in through. Lulu coming here from the back line. Good lord. I think she was getting chased from the Caitlyn, but the damage there from Wicked Scotty is slow. Will be able to try to have her W herself right out. Ornn and Nico kind of split here in a 2v2 fight. The first fight is going to have J Mars go all the way in here, try to see who he can kill. He's going to be in a 1v3 situation. 3 kills already. Bradley diving way too hard. IIT diving way too hard for those members. And Bradley doing a good job of being able to sustain. Yeah, Darius having no help, unfortunately. Is going to be a big team fight there for Bradley, and going to be the second Drake, in fact, for them. Yeah, them getting split 2v2, it looks like they just weren't confident in trying to take advantage of that, but Pirate Windows wants to do some damage of his own, but that's definitely not going to be enough. Rise is going to be TPing back to lane now. And definitely a really close game for today. You know, first tower is taken out, but in these 5v5 fights, Bradley is definitely showing up. You know, they can't rely on J Mars' damage here alone, looking like the bot side here from Bandage and Brimako. Touting a little bit of expertise above maybe this Kog'Maw Lulu combat. Again, I haven't seen Kog'Maw Lulu played here from Pirate, so Pirate or Scotty, so this could be something new. J Mars looking like he wants to try to repay his like going for a little bit of a Yasser taunt, in fact, trying to spook the Bradley University to try to do something on this. They want to be sending some pings here for the tier 1 bot tower, but is there going to be anything else? Oh, Olaf at 100 HP, able to safely secure the red buff. Looked pretty close though with that Echo Q coming out. Here, 3-man approach here for the turrets. Echo going to be able to help out Rise. So looking like tier 1, all of the tier 1 turrets here are going to be taken out for Bradley, as IIT is going to be able to definitely help them push that gold advantage where they can. J Mars is going to be coming all the way throughout. He's going to spot 3 members there from the Hawks. Both Caitlyn and Taric pushing their way down here. Rise is going to be alone here. No TP. Going to be pushing that wave. This would definitely not be the time to look for a full-on engage. Trying to clear what vision that they can. And it's going to be Echo just throwing out some Qs. So Lulu getting a nice meaty smite. But Olaf wants to look, Ornn wants to look for that fight. It's going to be Chisane is going to have to force himself to flash right back out. The W going to slow some things, but he wants to go for the fight right away. Forcing the flash out from Bimako. Very close in terms of how much damage can come through. It's going to be Okaran finishing off Echo. J Mars wants to go for the fight. 1 ult is going to be able to cleave the Nico almost to 100 to 0. J Mars with a little bit, no armor, but he should be okay in terms of any damage. Rise, in that meantime, a 5v4 fight with the Hawks able to take the advantage there. And Firehawk not having a lot of damage of his own, barely able to get away with it. But that's going to be giving the knowledge to the Hawks with J Mars, with him so big, 6-1 in fact. Going to be able to get some decent damage there onto that tier 2 now. And I think we saw Caitlyn flash earlier in that fight, so definitely a lot of summoners. Oh, Disbrogi taking 2 tower shots by mistake a little bit there. It's going to be a Nico going through the red jungle, looking like IIT's mid lane is. Oh my. Oh my. Looking like the Ornn, in fact, fell, maybe just not respecting the damage. Hold on, fast forwarding. What? Did he just flash it, maybe? What? Oh boy. Okay, that's unfortunate, definitely for the Ornn. No MR either to help himself through this, but Okarin sets his sight onto Nico. Damage is going to go through. Coming in. No meaty shield, trying to get the flash where he could. Tried to desperately throw out the Q, but I think the Krug absorbed it, so it's not going to actually be able to land on to the Nico. She's going to be able to be a big member for a team 7-3 and 4. Definitely. But Kog'Maw finally finishing off his first item. He's got the Ginsus. I think he's, probably just 3k? Excuse me, 300. 600 gold behind the Kate, so not too bad. Is a little bit of a CS deficit, I think, from that fight that we saw earlier in the Dragon, but IIT, in terms of their map control, they have their sights set on these towers. Lulu trying to do what she can to kite. They look like they want to go for the fight. It's going to be J-Mars trying to get what he can. Cheese and Eggs going to be CC'd there to death. He will likely fall. Brimako going to be able to finally fall, actually, before the Taric ult is going to be able to come through. J-Mars is going to be put into a 1v4 position. The cooldown there from the Nico going to be able to delay Pyre Windows again. Pyre Windows going to try to pump what damage that he can. Stationary target, not going to be enough. The passive, though, could be able to take down the Olaf. It is going to follow through. Lulu going to have to run for her life. She's going to have to flash out. Looks like she used an Ignite earlier. Bot lane having to use all of their summoners. But we've got a dragon looking like it's going to be spawning within the next minute. Only member alive, Disparogi. It's going to be only 10 seconds until Kog'Maw respawns, but does Bradley want to risk another fight straight on without backing? Nico taken very low, but her CDs on the ult already going to be coming back in another 10 seconds. Disparogi has shown himself to be able to go for that 1v1 condition. Stun is going to be able to land, though. Stun is going to be able to land there from the Taric. Taken very low. Can he be able to get himself out of this? I don't think so. Left alone, no members from IIT. Really bad call, unfortunately, for that Rise, and that's going to be giving another dragon there for Bradley as they are leading ahead in terms of kills and dragons. J-Mars looks like he wants to go for a fight of his own. It's going to be starting things off with the Ornn. No Kog'Maw in the fight as of yet. Stun is going to be able to come through. Damage is going to be trying to get through here. J-Mars is going to be trying to go for that 1v1 onto Caitlyn. He just got his set sight purely on that. Ult not even going to go through. IIT finally able to take a team fight off their own to the advantage. I think with a 4v5 fight, in fact. J-Mars finally tanky enough to be able to ignore all of that damage. And actually, we saw the Nico waste that ult. Well, maybe not waste, but use that ult on that Rise earlier for that 3v1 situation he put himself in. I guess it works out in the end, as they're finally able to get a pretty important Drake with that Dragon, giving that 4% attack damage and ability power, as they have their wanting to be looking at that Baron call. For the second time, I'm going to fast forward this because I am on a little bit of delay, so I know what's going to be happening. Sorry for your immersion chat. J-Mars is going to be taken very low, but the blue team will finally be able to secure the dragon as they go for the back here. Now finally able to push the gold lead to a consistent 5k lead. I think Bradley, IIT were maybe hovering around 2k, 3k on both sides, but now finally with this Baron buff, what do the Hawks have in mind to push this out with? Only tier 2s, mid and top available. Echo looks like he wants to push this on his own. Damage from Nico, not really there, as a Murktrise is going to be able to help a little bit with the MR. But Disparogi and Rise are pushing up for this lane, finally back into normal speed. Bradley going to have to make some quick decisions here. She's sending out the Ghosties. Looking like Disparogi wants to go for a fight, in fact, but he's going to just ult right out. Not sure about that play, but looking like IIT is going to be regrouping themselves here now around this inhib turret. Taric and Caitlyn, even with actually Kog'Maw taking a lead of his own, 7k now with I think turning on in that big fight. I don't think any members were addressing that combo. They were too spooked from that Darius damage. Minions doing a little bit of work here for that inhib turret. Only about 2k health left, but going to be the final fight here that they're going to try to force. It's going to be the Ornn ult landing only on J-Mars, but Bradley going to retreat right back. Echo and Rise in the meantime just going to be committing themselves for the fight for inhib, but it's going to be Ramako going to be able to take that kill onto the Rise, but IIT is going to be able to get away with getting the top tier inhib, and mid-tier inhib is also going to be looking dangerously close to being eliminated here. We saw the Nico use her ult earlier. Is that going to be any more kills coming across from either side? Cannon minion steadily chunking away where it can, trying to just delay the damage. Cheese and Eggs taking a little bit of harass as Cannon MVP taking their turret down to one more auto. It's going to be instantly actually going for Echo going for the E, but no mana left. Is going to have a 3v5 situation. J-Mars does not care though. He wants to go for the fight. He's just, can I just go for the 1v1? It's going to be J-Mars going to be able to get the kill. Tarek is going to be next. Oh my lord, triple kill there. It's going to be forcing the flash from the Ornn. Echo wants to fight. Can we go for the Quadra? It's going to be the ace from Rise. You bad person going for the kill steal. GG's well played, J-Mars. I think we know what Bradley's got to be banning next if they don't want to be dealing with another stomp like that again. GG's to the Hawks as they get themselves on the board early. 24-19, 48.2k gold to 38.7. All turrets here held for the Hawks. Well played. Alright, I'm getting a report that the mic audio is low. Let's take it back now into the lobby. Alrighty. Well played there for the Hawks. Unfortunately I jumped into the invite screen before I even bothered with the checking the damage charts, but if I had to guess, it'd probably be number 1, J-Mars 9 on that Darius. Number 2, I want to say the Rise. Yeah, I think Rise did pretty solidly with those 1v1s, and then number 3 will probably be the Kog'Maw. We tried to see him go for some of those, didn't really get a chance to really see the Kog'Maw turn on where I like to see Kog'Maws turn on, like in terms of just backline damage access, just like everyone ignoring him, but everyone's health bar is just draining away. J-Mars able to definitely take a little bit of the crutch for IIT early game, as a couple of those bot side fights from that Olaf was able to be enough to get Bradley to a couple of gold leads, but unfortunately just Ornn not having Firehawk FC on that Ornn not having an answer for J-Mars' Darius, going I think 0-4 just in terms of the 1v1 before the team went for the before we went to the mid-game team fighting. Yeah, 2v2, that was definitely much more of a well-even fight than I expected. I think Pirate on a new bottom besides the Caitlyn, besides the Sivir, gonna have to make sure that he practices, I think. Maybe just like a little bit more in terms of a much different play style as opposed to the Caitlyn Sivir dash and kite kind of fighting style. What am I getting? Spectator? What? Let's see. So it's going to be is he still asking about that co-caster? Oh. I just cast it during actual P/B phase. It's easier. Okay. Yeah, it's just way easier for me to deal with it than browser because it throws off all of my OBS scenes and whatnot. But Yeah, IIT definitely coming out ahead in just terms of the game control, the pacing of the game. They knew when they the time was right to go for towers. They knew when the time was right to go for the split push. You know, I think the fighting, like Bradley was always ready to fight. I think they were very confident in their 5v5 fight potential in the early game. With as we saw, like the Tarek with his fearless flash E across the wall there on the river, to be able to get that Lulu Callball. So again, I think Bradley's bot side might be the strongest there for them. Yeah, it kind of shows in the rank too. Silver 4, Silver 3, compared to the rest of the members. But unfortunately, it is team game. So if you're wanting to do the 5v5 fights, you need to have every member be able to show up. And unfortunately, this time around for game one, Bradley's other lanes were not able to, or other roles were not able to come up to the level from IIT's five man group. So going into game two, some picks bands that I'm confident with. I'm fairly confident they're probably going to opt for a Darius ban. I think if they're going to relegate Firehawk FC to try to be a main tank for the team, I think they learned their lesson that yeah, top lane impact in that kind of case is something we don't want to deal with. But we saw that uh, excuse me, we saw that Bradley, I think in the first game went for the Mordekaiser ban, so that's definitely geared towards top lane as well. So J Mars with a decent, 3-4 members that he's 3-4 champs that he's confident with is going to be difficult to kind of go for a focus, and we didn't see either the Olaf kind of opt for too many any topside ganks. I want to say I know he came down bot twice, mid a couple times too, but I think he left top mostly alone. Same with Echo on Cheese and Eggs. Didn't see too much action from him this time around. A couple of lone isolations in terms of positioning for Cheese and Eggs. I think there was that one that he got chased all the way around blue jungle. That one was unfortunate. I think that one again. It's all about the positioning in that early game, and I think IIT wanted to try to set up these kind of plays, but unfortunately Bradley's positioning just was able to be faster. I think partially due to Caitlyn Terry always able to kind of push the lane. I think early, I think we saw, yeah, for the most part they were able to just kind of push Lulu Kog'Maw under their tower near like that edge of that tribush kind of line. But mm, yeah, definitely I'm gonna be expecting a Darius ban. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll think about sacrificing the Sivir ban, one of the ADC bot bans, maybe for another top laner. Um, the in terms of jungles, yeah, I can't really see a significant difference between them. Olaf just kind of going for that more brawl style. Echo trying to start things off with his own like ult and with his own W's, but that's I think just not nearly enough. I think if Cheese and Eggs and J Mars maybe coordinated a couple of those 5v5 fights, especially the first one that had Darius had his first death. If Echo was alive for that one, and he landed a nice W, that could have definitely been a ton of damage that IIT would have been able to kind of concentrate in that Echo W zone. But it's all about the timing and the CDs. So Bradley doing a good job early though with the dragon control. Definitely one or twice, for one or two times, IIT's members just got caught out, maybe trying to clear a ward alone and whatnot. Rise comes to mind. I think he made Nico just ult all over him, but I guess that kind of worked out in the end because she didn't have to ult for the 4v5 fight. So um, yeah, much more pretty exciting game. I enjoyed it. I think going into game two, if Bradley wants to have a chance of taking it to potential game three, I think a similar approach of trying to take that early game fighting to as much advantage as possible, but they got to be able to push that lead because J Mars will be relentless in terms of handling himself in the top side. So it's kind of almost like a who finishes first, right? If you put enough pressure that you try to force J Mars into the fights, especially without his TP, right? Then you're if your bot side's ahead and you're able to kite it enough, then you can have a potential there to stop his damage if you make their IIT's bot side or other lanes so behind. But um, yeah, I don't think having I don't think forcing Masuda method jungle all the way to just be like babysitting Firehawk is going to be necessarily working itself out either. Um, yeah, maybe if he gets to mid lane ahead, Okaran had an impressive KDA. I think at one point I saw 9 kills to his or her name. So yeah, I'm thinking if they can maybe get the mid ahead, try to give some kills bot. That's probably their win condition, but we'll have to see. You know, now with Bradley on the blue side, might be a different story as opposed to the side switch that we saw, or the original side start with IIT there on the blue side for themselves. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot myself in the foot this time. I'm just gonna mute my mic, and you guys will hear the dulcet tones of silence. I'll put some League background music for you guys to listen to. But when we get into the pick ban phase, then I'll start putting my mic back on. Alrighty, not too bad this time. Instead of like an instant 20-second transition from the first pick ban phase. So, oh wait, I'm supposed to still keep the music on. Oops. Give me a sec. All right, there we go. Okay, let's get it started. So it's going to be Firehawk FC. Excuse me, Bradley on the blue side again. And right away, yep, Darius ban, called it. Kane ban, once again for cheese and eggs, I think. Yeah, just trying to take away any kind of presence there for the top and jungle threat from IIT is definitely in the right direction. Excuse me, IIT though, in the meanwhile, is going to be going for the Olaf. So, first time I've seen IIT, well, maybe not first, but not common that you normally see IIT ban champs based off of a singular game like that. It's going to be Caitlyn though, being taken away from Bradley, as we Ramako was on that Caitlyn, so it looks like they just don't want to give that option at all to Pirate. Zoe and Zach, both of the ZZ champions. Oh wait, no, there's Zillion too. Both of those champs going to be taken away there from Bradley by IIT. It's going to be Master Yi Tom Kench. Oh my lord. That's unexpected to say the least, but maybe IIT's got something in mind with that decision. The final pick there for IIT will be the Diana mid. That's going to be looking like, in terms of Bradley's first phase of picks, it's going to be the Kled top lane for Firehawk, the pseudo method on that Vi, and then Nico once again with a Karin. So looking like we're going to see another kind of, hopefully another solid performance from Nico maybe, or depending on which side you are on, I guess. But going to be now, instead of facing the Rise, it's going to be against Diana. Didn't look like either side went for Rise ban either, so looking like maybe Desbrogia just wants to be trying out a different comp, different play style for his team. It's going to be the Zaya and Braum. They're taken out from Bradley by IoT, and then the Bradley will reply with the Sivir and the Echo Band. So 2 champs from game 1 there for IIT being removed, and only 1 there for IIT. But going to be another new thing showing up here for another new bot lane comp there for IIT with the Varus, with the brand. So I think I saw in chat Scotty complaining about the lack of e-girl supports that he enjoys playing. So that'll be fun to watch. But couple of rotations happening all throughout. I'm not sure if they're trolling each other with these picks, but I'm pretty sure that's got to be Tom Kench's top lane. Like top support is not fun anymore because you can't W your allies and just waddle away. You're like an immovable rock. In any case, I know IIT banned Senna earlier, so but not this time, and that's actually going to be able to get Bandage onto that Senna into support, followed up with Brimako onto that Vayne. Again, the 2v2 prowess is looking like something that they really want to be focusing on, so that's going to be something I definitely want to keep an eye out for. Vi on the with Masuda is going to be interesting to see a little. Again, probably going to go for that Warriors item, trying to go for that damage, having that access to the backline. But here with Master Yi on that backline could be also pretty nasty on its own. So going to be a much more passive style here for J Mars, though. I can't see him winning 1v1 straight off against a Kled like that, but we're going to go into spectate delay, though. It's going to be game 2 now between the IIT and Bradley when we come back. Alrighty, appreciate everyone's patience as the spectate delay has finished. We're now going to get ourselves loaded onto the Rift. Again, it's going to be now a switch of sides. It's going to be Bradley there, Kled with Firehawk FC there. In the top lane, Masuda, Method, Jungle, Vi, Okaran, mid, Nico, Brimako, bot, Vayne, and Bandage on that support Senna. Followed up, we've got J Mars 9 on the Tom Kench, Cheese Nicks, Yi, Disparogi, Diana, Pirate, Windows, Varus, and Wicked Scotty with a Wicked brand. So side of switch, Hawks are going to be leading it 1-0. Hold on, I gotta change that. Tech scores, tech IT 1. There. Boom. Okay. You can see in the lower left, I have changed the score now. I need to look at incorporating an overlay that actually puts it maybe on the top side. But for those of you watching with us today, if you're just tuning in, we saw the Hawks take a pretty handy victory, keeping IIT onto the ropes in the early game with a couple of nice slapdash fighting there from Bradley's bot. But in the end, the Hawks able to prevail, taking it to with J Mars coming in with the big damage following through. Gonna be a lot of damage on Masuda there, forcing his flash out finally. Any more follow-up though from the Hawks? Doesn't look like it. So it's gonna be Masuda going all the way back into the lane. Excuse me, gonna actually be no wards being spotted by being put down from Bradley. So, you know, Senna and Vayne are gonna be probably a little bit cautious, but oh good god, if they looking like Vi is going to be opting to go for the blue buff instead. And Senna and Vayne looking like they're probably just not even trying to risk going inside. So 3 seconds left for the spawn. Looking like they're going to commit for the red buff. There it goes. So a little bit of face checking there for Diana and Tom to see if Vi's going in anywhere. But in fact, it's actually going to be Vi trying to go with the level 1 blue buff clear on her own. No leash from her friend Kled is going to definitely have her be a little bit slower. Vayne Senna definitely seeing that Varus and Brand came out of lane a little bit oddly, so we'll probably have an indication that he went for the red buff. He's going to be going for the blue on his lonesome. Brand W is going to be giving a little bit of help there. Oops, I forgot to get the overlay on. The team thing, whatever, on. W damage is going to be able to help fill up his Spell Thief Edge meter, taking the Vayne already to only about 400 health, so... Level 2 coming in here now, advantage here for Wicked Scotty. J Mars putting a little bit of damage of his own, taking now only to about 250. If Vi finishes the top though, she could go for a top gank. That could be something for them to deal with. Looks like she wants to, I think. He's going to not be there to help that. He's going to, after going for red buff, he went for to clear off his own blue jungle. So it's going to be a Tom Kench possibly pushing a lane here. No ward either to spot this out. It's going to be a level 3 Vi with her Q, W, and E available. Tom Kench has got the flash. Nice flash to be able to get out that hairy situation. A little tongue lick to follow through as well. This Pierogi wants to follow up through, but the damage, I think Cheese and Ace was spotted. Okay. Throws out a W. But Vi showing up top side. This Pierogi really wants that wave. And he's going to steal it. What a player. Good for him, I guess. This Pierogi's going to have to clear that wave very fast if she wants to be able to match the Nico coming back into lane. Hold on. Ah! Who gets the smite? We're looking at a 1v1 here. Yi was the one that was able to get the smite, but that damage from Vi is there. The flash also being used from Yi. He's not going to be able to get away from that situation as easily. This Pierogi, though, dives in for the first blood. Yi will fall. Yi will fall. Yi will freaking fall. Okay, there he goes. But this Pierogi showing off some Diana skills there. Taken really low in that 1v1 between the Nico. Without the Ignite as well. Interesting. So, you know, normally... actually, for both sides, both J Mars and this Pierogi both have the... they both have a teleport there to help them things out. So much different story being painted here in this game, with Pirate Windows, with the brand pushing their way up, and of course Vayne early game is always atrocious. So there's that, but just a decent amount of harass there from the brand's going to be able to have him push the Bradley all the way to their turret. Pirate Windows, full mana, full health here. It's in a pretty good spot. Brand is not going to have a fruit or anything of the sort to help him out, but the just pushing out the lanes where they can. Vi's going to go for a first back here, so not looking like anything more will happen. Brand now pretty much You know, in these kind of situations, technically, Vayne Senna can outplay it if Brand's out of mana. Or, you know, Brand's one abilities on CD, since he only has enough mana for one at this point, but we'll see. Disbrogi facing a little bit of harass there from the Nico. And with no pots either to help her sustain is going to be not very fun for this Diana, but maybe that 1v1 first blood will be able to come through. We'll have to see. Bot side's going to finally back. Varus going for the recurve. Blasting Wand there for the Brand. Probably going to be maybe a Luden's first item. We'll have to see. Pings there though, as Cheese and Eggs is going to have an idea that the Vi is around the area. He's going to have that level advantage, but putting a ward there onto the blue buff, as will Vi, so they both know that they've got some vision placed down there. Sprogi taken very low as he goes in for a dive on the car, and it's going to be a flash there for the Diana. The damage not going to be enough though. This Sprogi taken to just 150 health. Cheese and Egg's going to walk right through there, just sending out a reminder to that Nico that you go for my Diana, I'm coming for you. They're going to get another scuttle here on the way, though. We saw E go for this smite secure here for earlier top scuttle, so it's going to be another objective there in favor for the Hawks. Getting a little bit of vision control, but I don't think they're going to risk a dragon this early in the game. That'd be pretty risque, especially with a Diana as low as she is. She's going to have a Honey Fruit, though, to help get her stats, get her health right back up. It's going to be a lot of... Oh, my lord. It's going to be a Kled TPing down. They want this dragon. And the level 6 is going to be able to secure that, in fact. Nico W will not be able to clear, but the Firehawk damage from that Kled autos is going to be able to get another kill. Going to be giving Jmar some time to get a little bit of plating. Interesting plays. They are committed towards getting these kills early where they can. But that's going to be wasting a lot of time for Kled, unfortunately, as this wave here pushing here from the Tom Kench is going to probably be able to get another plate. Going to be first Dragon, though, falling here there for Bradley as they get the Cloud Drake to get them a little bit of that. Oh, wait. It's no more movement speed. I forgot. It's only cooldown reduction. So, was that why the Nico CDs were so quick in the game 1? I think they had a Cloud Drake. Hold on. It's going to be level 6. The ult landing onto Senna. Yi able to step in a little bit. Getting a little bit of that level 6 advantage. In fact, Pirate Windows was the only one level 6 from his bot lane able to do that. So, well played there from Varus, using the smite to just go all the way in. Jmar's taking a little bit of damage just to be able to secure that last little tick of turret plate damage. And still about 6 minutes left before it falls, and already only 2 plates left here for that Kled. It's going to be Firehawks trying to do whatever trades that he can, but that's going to be a very low mana Tom Kench anymore to follow through. Firehawk wants it. He's going to flash for it, in fact. The damage, though, is not there. Nice little bit of dodging will be enough to actually get that kill. Well played from Firehawk there. Trading flash for flash, but Tom Kench is going to be having that TP available. And with that Tiamat damage, I think was able to follow through, too. Nice play. This Brogy trying to go for this 1v3 situation, but he's going to be stunned, condemned right to the wall, W'd by the Senna. Pirate Windows is available, but nothing more to follow through at the end. Varus able to get a little bit of damage there. 2 turret plates now here on the bot side, so IIT's definitely prioritizing some of that tower control. Diana's going to be walking all the way back up. They're going to be able to see her with that control ward. Damage isn't going to be able to come through, but Okaran is looking like he wants to go for an engage. Yi has the Q. Going to have to force her to flash away from that. Oh my lord. Cheese Snakes goes absolutely nutty here to try to just avoid any kind of damage. The Senna ult is going to be flash for flash. She wants to go for the fight. Yi wants to go for the fight. So close between both members, but no one will actually die. Oh my lord. That was almost a simultaneous flash. That's what stopped auto from going through. So, really lucky, I guess, for Diana to not even have that auto be able to land. But The Bork going to be looking to be aimed here for the Varus. Wicked Scotty is going to finally be able to get his Frostfire. As will the Sickle there from the Senna. Not going to be able to be upgraded yet, it looks like. So, advantage there for the Hawks in terms of the bot side now, in terms of the 2v2. To the point of a 1v1 here between J-Mars and the Firehawks. Ooh, an auto will not help your case there, my friend. Oh! Vi will go for the Valiant save, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be the head-on. Holy shit. It's going to be all of that damage there on for Mako. The Condemn from the Vayne not going to be enough to stop that brand damage coming through. Alright. Masuda trying to do what she could, thinking that she may be able to get the, just to be able to be enough to stop that top Q, but that damage is what, 280? Yeah, that's enough to stop a low vibe. One more turret play here will fall. Brand wants to be doing some damage of his own, and he goes for that 1v1. Well played there from Cheese and Ace. Cheese and Ace is going to be in ult form, looking like he was just there for a little bit of preemptive harass. Masuda going to be diving in valiantly through the Raptors, but it's level 6. It's going to be 2 levels behind this Yi. You know, props to Bradley again for their dragon control, but in terms of the fight control, you need to be able to have more than just dragon kills to be able to secure this stuff for you guys in the late game, unfortunately. Sunfire Cape going to be completed by Tom Couch. That's going to be giving him plenty of health and armor to be able to sustain all of that AD damage from the Kled, Vi, and Vayne. Nico herself, a little bit of a CS advantage here, and I was wrong. Hex and Lost Chapter actually do something. So I don't know why I thought it didn't. Nice little dodge there from Wicked Scotty. E damage will land. She's going to be on the run for her life. Tom Kench with his ult available. Does he want to converge on this? He's hovering. Oh my. Damage is going to be there from Cheese and Eggs. It's going to be Kled diving right in. Kled will be able to get the kill. Disparogi going to try to be getting the kill. 3 kills there for the Hawks. For Bradley. Okaran taken very low. But unfortunately, that's going to be all there is to it. The J-Mars is going to be trying to do what he can. He's going to be able to take all of that damage from these 3 members of Bradley with that Sunfire Cape, though, in mind. Varus, though, is so won't be able to offer much more. So, looking like IIT wanted to commit for those kills on that Vi, on that Nico, but not enough, unfortunately. Kled making good use of his ult 2 times now to be able to come back into the game to help out his team, but you know, just getting kills is not going to maybe be enough. It depends on how many kills you get, I guess, because now he's even actually in terms of Tom Kench damage. But this is going to be an Ocean Drake spawning, and again, we talk about Bradley's ability to really fight for that objective. All members of IIT spread out. Tom Kench is going to be going for the scuttle on his own, and Bradley knows it. So, unfortunately, you know, if they opt to start a drag, I don't think they'll be able to stop it. Oh my. Wicked Scotty's going to be left to his lonesome. This little knock up there is going to actually be enough to stop it. But, holy cow. Okay. Yeah, I think what happened was the no smite there. We'll have to be able to get that drag on his own, so no problem there. But the auto canceled itself, I think, because the dragon knocked him up. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I saw. That's some close call like no other. Varus Q is going to be coming through. Yi is going to be taking advantage of Vi's death to go for some objectives, and the Scuttle not going to actually come through. J-Mars is going to look for the 1v1 between the Kled and the Tom Kench, forcing the flash out. He's going to have a Q available. It's going to be knocking him straight back. One more auto will do it. J-Mars is well played with that 1v1. Sunfire Cape doing wonders for him there. And no completion of the first item is going to be not working in that Kled's favor, unfortunately. I don't think he backed either. So, IIT trying to do what they can. Turret plating has fallen, but that Varus is looking nasty. Ah! This Pierogi going for the flash fight, and that ult actually not going to be followed through because she died way before that. Brand coming in around here. He's going to have a little bit of that damage. Nice stun there from the Brand. This Pierogi trying to see what she can do to follow through. She will finally fall. But no worries about any. I think they get a little bit of shutdown gold, maybe. Doesn't look like it actually. She finally gets. She gets the shutdown gold at 150. I'm not sure what. Okay, maybe it just didn't say it in chat, but. Kled's going to try to do what he can for his game, but the Vi is going to have the ult available, I believe. He's going to be landing it. Pyre Window's going to have to actually flash out. Vi following up. You can win that 1v1, Pyre Windows, I think. It's going to actually follow through. One more auto can do it. The kiting. What a Chad. The Chad Veras Pirate, you nutty monster, dude. This Brogan going to be taking a decent amount of damage here, a little bit of displacement. It's going to be Tom Kench trying to save the Diana where she can, but unfortunately the convergence from these members not really necessary, unfortunately. I think they were just trying to do what they could in a attempt, double TP in fact, to try to save that Varus, but it was already worse when you got the kill on Vi, you know? So an unfortunate misplay there from the Hawks, giving a little bit of breathing room there for the Bradley, as we are now a little bit past the 15-minute mark. 13 and 12 there in the Hawks' favor. 4K gold lead. Looking like they were able to get a little bit of turret plating. What are you doing? What? It's going to be Yi going to be able to take the Scuttle, and he's going to be facing right into the level 8 Vi. She is going to have Smite available. Yi will not, so you don't want to risk losing that. Huh. Or maybe not. Okay, support has DC'd, which... Okay, well, she wasn't in lane, so that's okay, but... Brand will be taking... Look at that Nico damage right there. That's unfortunate, but, Alright. Looking like we're caught right back up besides the spectate delay then. Excuse me. Looks like the Brand will fall in reply to the Kled. Looking like Kled tried to commit a ton towards the tier 1 mid. That'll follow through. The last tick gonna come in. Tom Kench, I believe, used an ult to try to get back into lane. Yi goes onto the 1v1 and will take that blue buff for himself, and he's gonna place that Rift right down smack onto the tier 2 as they've got some minions pushing in as well. Nice little dodge there. If they take down the turret fast enough, the damage will go through. Yep, there it goes. So the brunt of the Herald damage will come in through here on this inhib turret, and they want to go for the dive. Senna ult trying to do what she can. It's going to actually keep her pretty healthy, but it's going to be... Cheesenix barely holding on. He barely survives that. J-Mars is going to be very low. He's going to have to force himself to flash right out. He's going to try to go for the 1v1. The Herald, in the meantime, chunking that inhib down to only about 1500 health. Fighting is still going on. Pyre Window's going to be taken very low. They need that W on the Tom Kench. Eat him. Not going to be able to come through. My ult's going to be here. Ramako's going to try to do what he can. Sunfire Cape only able to do so much. Almost all members of IIT being taken out just in the efforts of trying to go for that inhib. That Nico able to hold on for so long. A nice ult to keep those members of IIT in place, having a lot of turret damage go through. But in terms of objective control, once again, you know, what are you doing, Scotty? The Hawks able to once again take advantage of the map wherever they can. So it's going to be, though, having IIT members spawn quick enough to be able to get themselves back to the dragon. They're going to be able to spot that Kled. Oh my. Ooh. Nice little bit of sidestep there from Frostfang. Excuse me, from Firehawk. Misspoke. A bunch of control wards there for the Brand as he's got his sets sight. A lot of members there from Bradley converging. Diana is going to be able to see that Nico is looking at something, but she is cut off from the fight at the start. Yi looking to do what he can, just trying to fight for the map control where they can. It's going to be Disbrogi wanting to start things off. The damage, she's going to be able to walk just out of it, just barely. And only Disbrogi really taking the brunt of it. Control ward will be able to spot the... Oh my. Dragon is going to be started with a Pyre Windows auto, looking like they're going to be dragging that... dragging the Infernal right out where they can. And this is a pretty big dragon, so... A lot of members trying to fight where they can. That Cheese Nate is going to be taken very low. He's going to be able to secure it with the smite. The damage is going to be there with Varus able to take down the Kled. Anything more from the Hawks? The Yi looks like he wants to go in. It's going to be sending it onto the Nico first. She's going to be followed up with the Device. He's going to be instantly taken now. Varus damage is going to be here. That ult is going to root a lot of members. They keep themselves in place. Nice play here from the bot lane. IIT trying to follow up where they can. Jmar's taken very low. He's going to finally fall. Varus will be, and Brand able to go for that 2v1. Nice play there from the Hawks in a 4v4 situation. Disbrogi, I think, had already fallen earlier. So, unfortunate. But a little bit of objective mapping here. They're looking like they're going to be able to secure this tier 2, the inhib first, and then maybe setting their sights onto this tier 2 bot. It's going to be Diana going up, going to try to continue to starve out Masuda on that Vi. To try to take some camps away, perhaps. Maybe, or nope. Looking like they're just going to go for the rift, for the scuttle first. But this overstay from IIT could be bad. It's going to be Senna, in fact, falling. Oh, my goodness. Condemned there will be able to go through, but not without a little bit of damage to repay in kind. Varus' dying breath auto able to be getting the Kled. So, interesting change of pace here where we see that, you know, the Kled is able to do some work for Bradley as opposed to the Ornn game. So the you know, the no fear ultimate, definitely much respect to that, but unfortunately, you know, if you're gonna dive on your lonesome and not have to follow up that you really need, it's not going to be able to help your case as much. Vi gonna be diving in with a little bit of damage, trying to see what they can do. Tahm Kench pretty much left untouched. It's going to be a TP though from Kled. No ultimate though. To be able to look for any engage of the sort. And again, IIT's map control trying to always make a threat on every single angle here. So 3 members of IIT trying to put some vision where they can throughout this blue side jungle, while Diana is going to be setting her sights onto this turret. Only Nico here to match her. A lot of members here trying to group, trying to see what they can do in terms of holding out for each objectives. Wicked Scotty is going to be seen by that ward, but you know, how's this engage going to start things off? Trying to see what they can do to get themselves through this tier 2 turret first in the top side before they look for any kills. Hold on, I take that back. It was all a misploy to be able to get the Yi to 1v1 the Senna. Looks like Senna just opted to go in for the top side. Let's take a quick fast forward. Oh my. Oh, he got vision through. Alright, that's unfortunate. Chisune is going to try to do what he can between that 1v1, taken very low. Almost able to get that 1v1. The ult from Varus not going to be able to land, but Diana looks like he wants to go for something. The arrow of death able to thread that needle right into Vi's heart. Oh my goodness. Disbrogi trying to do what he can. The Kled's pretty much the last standing member. The slow from the Bork will be able to keep the Brand Kled occupied for just a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, Tahm Kench taking the turret aggro just to be able to secure this tier 2. Vayne now and Senna now back into the game. Any more from the ooh, the Condemned going to be here. Pyro Windows is going to be able to tank it. Disbrogi still somehow alive through that, obliterating the Vayne, and that's going to definitely spell the end for Bradley, unfortunately, today. Ult from Senna not even able to follow through, unfortunately. Minions here pushing onto the inhib turret. GG's already coming out from Firehawk. He's not looking too happy. But, you know, I'd be content with the performance that he had for this game, too. I'm much more happier to see that he has the potential to go for the outplay. He has the potential to work with his team really well. So, 2 inhibs down, though, looking like they want to close out this game. It's going to be a TP there, taking the brunt of the damage. Cheese and Eggs going to be going for the ult, trying to see what they can do. Last stand from Bradley. Any miracles? It's going to be Nico getting it. 2 ults there. Nice swallow there from the Tahm Kench. Not going to be enough, though. Yi going to try to do what he can to get the damage on his own, and it's going to be able to be secured. GG's to IIT as they go into the 2020 season 3-0 now with their victory here over against Bradley HTH, 29-24, 48k to 40.2k gold lead. MVP. I want to say Pirate because he had some nutty damage. I think this game. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 20k. Nico Kled, much more impressive bot lane, unfortunately. A much more different contrast as opposed to the game one between their Caitlyn and, what was their other person? I forget. Brain freeze. All I know is that Scotty wasn't Lulu and he didn't like it. Ugh, darn, I can't remember it right now. In any case, yeah, damage coming around from all sides. Yi, not really necessarily able to come in for the ganks, but was able to do enough to be able to stop the Vi from just constantly able to keep the Vi behind. In fact, Vi doing more damage than the Yi in terms of just enemy champions, but I think Yi will out damage in terms of just like damage done. Hold on, I'll find it. Total damage. Yeah, total damage 128 to the 83. So he did more damage, but in terms of relevant damage to champions, Vi does do more. But just a different type of style. Kane with cheese and eggs is usually synonymous with having him be at least second most damage. But the in the case of today, a little bit different across the board. So Pirate Windows, Wicked Scotty able to take a confident 2v2 bot lane. A lot of like last stands from Pirate Windows in this game. In spite of near death situations, still able to come across with a kill is testament to his ADC skillage. Well played, well played. This was fun to cast. I definitely enjoyed the series. Not too stompy as opposed to some other games, and each member from IIT able to show off some of their unique individual strengths. So J Mars is capable of taking uh, damage through the roof instead of just going in and dealing that much damage equivalently. Um, oh, so it's so he used the blessing one for Leandris. I thought Ludens is better to start off, but I guess the burn damage is also pretty good. You can go either way depending on the playstyle, I suppose. But yeah, Ginsu's Borg. All right. Let's take it back to the pick ban slide. And yeah, I think not too much to comment on today. Our Division One team is currently playing their games, but I will be doing that in a separate offline cast later, probably today in the late afternoon, evening, probably after I grab their raffle file. I have no idea if I'm still able to play raffle files under this new 2020 client. I'm gonna have to check on the website, figure it out for myself. But um, in any case, GG's to Bradley, GG's to IIT. Well played here from both sides. For those of us watching, um, appreciate everyone stopping by for today's stream. Looking like I had a couple of network errors, but I'm hoping it was able to at least come through to the audience watching, that things were able to work out. So appreciate today. I think I got 2 follows. Squirtle MC, thank you for that. Cut, thank you. Does it 1? Thank you for those follows. Again, be sure to keep in touch with IIT as we go through the spring 2020 season. Follow us on all that social media: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We do have an active Discord open to the public, discord.gg/IIT Esports, and especially our YouTube channel. Would appreciate any subscribers so I can get to 100 and finally get a custom URL instead of youtube.com/UWXQJKL987 number lock F5. Okay, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks everyone for watching. Elden Moy, signing off.